Hi guys, this is Heidi and you're watching HeidiKMakeup. I was trekking along recently looking up people who were doing Pan That Palette, and I came across a channel that not only is doing Pan That Palette but is also cruelty free that I wasn't subscribed to yet, and I felt like, yes, I've hit the jackpot because most of my panning I do, one, because I want to be better about purchasing products and using the things that I have, but also because I've been on this journey trying to get my collection to be cruelty free. And I found a channel, and her channel name, I literally just found her like 5 minutes ago. Her channel name is Hala Gabrielle. I might be mispronouncing that because, like I said, I just found her. But I saw that she posted a video that was the Cruelty Free Q&A Tag, and she did it as a collab with another YouTuber. And I was not tagged to do this, and I'm not part of that collab, but I was like, hey, I would love to do a cruelty-free tag. I haven't done one in a really long time, so I figured, why not? I'll hop on, and I really liked the list of questions too. So I'm going to just get started. Number one, what was your first impression of cruelty-free makeup? If we're talking about my first impression of the idea of cruelty-free, I guess I would go all the way back to like high school. In like sophomore year, we had to do like a debate, and one of the girls that was in the debate was talking about animal testing. And at the time, I just felt like, well, of course we need animal testing, medications and stuff. And in my mind, the idea of animal testing was like, let's put mascara on a rabbit. I didn't understand that it was like, no, let's feed this product to an animal until that animal dies in order to get lethal dosages, that kind of thing. And so I was like, whatever, the idea of animal testing didn't really bother me. And then I had a YouTube channel, and I was following this girl, NYC Georgette, who does not make YouTube videos anymore, and she went cruelty free. And at first, I guess I was kind of just like, okay, good for her, whatever. But then over time, it took me a little while and a lot of research to kind of get to where I am, because my understanding of animal testing and what cruelty-free meant was very different than my understanding of it now. And the reality is, we can talk about animal testing for medical reasons. Different people have different opinions about that. But I don't need mascara in order to survive, right? Like, I might need a medication, and maybe it's justified to test on an animal a medication, but I don't need cosmetics. They're a fun product. And so the idea of testing that for vanity's sake and testing it in such a cruel way was what finally gave me the push to move to cruelty-free. But it took a while for me to get there. Number two, what is your opinion on parent company testing? I've done a few videos on this, and I literally just did a video where I was cleaning out some products that were owned by parent companies. So if you don't know what a parent company testing situation is, it's where a brand such as Urban Decay, Too Faced now, NARS, Bare Minerals, there's a ton of them, where the brand themselves do not test on animals. The product that you're using is not tested on animals at any point in the process. None of the ingredients have been tested on animals. But Urban Decay is owned by L'Oreal. And L'Oreal, while they don't test Urban Decay's products on animals, they do test L'Oreal's products on animals. So you can purchase Urban Decay and say, I'm not contributing to animal testing because that product didn't contribute to animal testing. It wasn't tested on animals. But ultimately, the profit goes to L'Oreal, who then turns and tests L'Oreal's products on animals, so you kind of are supporting animal testing. I'm really on the fence about this, and when I first started cruelty-free, I was like, let's just start by cleaning out the things that aren't tested on, or that are tested on animals, and we'll get to the parent company issue later. And as time has gone on, as I've been panning things, I've realized that I just prefer to have less. Like, in general, this is just like, I don't need as much as I think I need, and I need to stop collecting so much makeup. And so it was easy for me to then say, okay, well, let's just, better is better, right? Like, I don't think either is perfect, but let's just stop buying from companies that are owned by parent companies that test. This I'm keeping because I'm panning it. We'll get to what you do with non-cruelty free items in a minute. That being said, I wouldn't ever say that a company that is owned by a parent company isn't cruelty free. I think that those companies are cruelty free. I just personally would rather buy from companies that aren't owned by parent companies that test. What was your turning point in going cruelty free? It was when NYC Georgette went cruelty free. She used to be a really big YouTuber in the cruelty free community, and she kind of just like fell off. But yeah, when she started, that's when I started really researching it, and I was like, okay, let's do this. And honestly, I had also reached a turning point where it was like my makeup purchasing was getting out of hand, and by limiting what I was buying to only things that are cruelty free, it kind of helped squelch the consumerism that was going on there. I still bought more than I needed, but it started the process of slowly getting me back to what I actually need. Or actually, nobody needs makeup, but what I am actually going to use, I guess I should say. What would you say to others that are going cruelty free? I'd say do research, start small, figure out where you stand on those kinds of issues like parent company testing, and it's okay to do it a little bit at a time. So it doesn't have to feel completely overwhelming. There are lots of cruelty-free options, a lot, and you're going to find yourself to be a lot less limited than you might think. There might be some that you don't buy from anymore, but you're not going to find yourself wanting for products. There's products in every price range that are cruelty-free. And I would also say that I personally think the most reliable list is Logical Harmony. There are some other lists as well, including the PETA list. The PETA list is not reliable at all. And the Leaping Bunny is pretty reliable, but Logical Harmony has more products on there. Like, I think she's done more. And so when in doubt, I trust Logical Harmony, and that's where I go for my list. That being said, there's going to be times that you're going to buy something that you think is cruelty free and then find out that it's not. Just be gentle with yourself. It'll be okay. And yeah, just at first it feels really overwhelming, but then as time goes on, you just end up like knowing, and then you don't even see those companies that aren't cruelty free anymore. Like when I walk into a drugstore, I don't even see the Maybelline display. Like I just like walk right past it. And yeah, so I would say go for it. Do a lot of research and subscribe to other cruelty free YouTubers. What are your best cruelty-free dupes? Well, I've done a lot of decluttering and gotten rid of a lot of stuff. There were a couple things that I had a really hard time finding dupes for. One was the Makeup Forever, what are they? The like cream shadows that there was like a L'Oreal, no, Maybelline, I don't even remember. Those cream shadow pots that people use as eyeshadow bases. And I found that the Ulta versions of that, Ulta is cruelty free. It's very, very similar. And then as far as shadows and stuff go, I think that Anastasia Beverly Hills has really, really good shadows. The Balm has really, really good shadows that compare to other high-end shadows like MAC or Makeup Forever. As far as specific shades, it's been a while, honestly, since I've even looked at things that aren't cruelty free, so I don't even know what to tell you as far as shades. But texture wise, there are some really great eyeshadows and really great products out there that are cruelty free. I don't find myself missing anything. What are some items that you have not found a cruelty free dupe for yet? I literally can't think of anything. Like everything that I use, I've been cruelty-free for 4 years, and I've been moving parent companies out of my collection for about 2 years now. And there's nothing that I can think of where I'm like, oh, I really wish there was a dupe for that I couldn't find. I really can't. What are your favorite cruelty-free brands, drugstore and high-end? So for drugstore, my absolute favorite drugstore brand is not really drugstore, it's from Walmart, but Flower Beauty. There's some other really great brands. Ulta, Sonia Kashuk, Physicians Formula, Elf, Wet n Wild, Super Duper Cheap. Those are really good brands. Milani, actually. Milani is probably another one of my favorites. So probably Milani and Flower. Milani just because it's more available. But there are others that I didn't list. But those are the ones that come to mind right now. And as far as high-end goes, I have been really enjoying Anastasia Beverly Hills. Really enjoying Josie Maran lately, and just kind of getting into the balm. And then if you don't mind parent companies, Too Faced I think is a great brand. Too Faced used to be my absolute favorite. Which brand and or items do you most wish were cruelty free? I just wish that the brands that people use a lot of were cruelty free. So I wish MAC was cruelty free again. They used to be cruelty free, and they're very popular. I wish Benefit was cruelty-free. And then I wish a lot of the drugstore brands were cruelty-free. I wish things like Maybelline, CoverGirl, L'Oreal, just because that's what people have like easy access to. And so, I wish that those were cruelty-free. And then I do wish that Urban Decay and Too Faced specifically, those two brands specifically, were not owned by parent companies that tested, because I would probably buy a lot from them if they weren't owned by parent companies that test. That being said, there are a lot of people who buy from Urban Decay and Too Faced who consider them cruelty-free. I still consider them cruelty-free. I just don't buy from them. And What advice do you have for the temptation to buy non-cruelty-free? I don't even have that temptation anymore. It took a long time. The one thing that I would say is follow a lot of people who do cruelty-free stuff, because then what shows up in your subscription feed is less of the, oh my gosh, you need this Maybelline color tattoo. You're going to see people that are already, advertising or talking about things that you might purchase. The other thing that I would say is just look for dupes. Temptalia is not cruelty free, but her dupe list is really, really helpful. And I would say when anyone's tempted to buy something, wait, think on it for a week, because chances are you want to buy it because it's shiny and right there. And what I have found is that, like I said, I need a lot less than I think I need. And over time, that temptation really goes away, and you just start to get really excited about brands that you may not have noticed before. You may get really excited about Pacifica when you didn't before. And brands that you do, you have known a lot about, you explore a little bit more. So, yeah, that is what I would say. What do you do with your non-cruelty-free products? Do you declutter or use them up? Or I guess throw them away. So here's the thing, is you've already paid for them, so do whatever you want with them. Like, the money's already gone to the non-cruelty-free brand. I did a lot of project pans and a lot of trying to use some of it up. I've also done a lot of decluttering. The decluttering, I think, is something that I needed to do anyways, just because my stash was out of control. I finally feel like I have a little bit more control of my makeup collection. And I've reached a point now where I would just destash it. And that's what I did with Too Faced when they were bought out by a parent company. I just destashed it. Except for I have one that I'm using up. But I don't think that there's anything wrong with using it up. And honestly, if I didn't film videos, I probably would just use it up, because the money's already been spent. It's just I like to be able to, when I talk about things or when I have something on my face, like I feel a little bit like it's an advertisement, right? And so I don't want to be like, oh yes, I'm wearing MAC All That Glitters or something today. Because I know a lot of you guys are cruelty free, but use what you have. I think that there's no harm in using it, but I just found myself not wanting to reach for it after 4 years. And so now I declutter, but I don't think that you need to. I think it's about what you want to do, and I don't think there's anything wrong with keeping it. And the last question is, do you think that animal testing will end one day? I think that, no, I don't. I don't. Well, first off, I don't think that medical animal testing will ever end. And that's a separate conversation entirely, but I just think that there are a lot of people who don't know about it or they don't care. And I'd like to be optimistic. But just because I don't think that it will end doesn't mean that I want to directly support it either. So, yeah. Anyways, I will try to remember to tag some cruelty-free YouTubers down below, as well as post the collab videos from Hala and the girl she was doing a collab with as well, and the questions. If you want to do this and I didn't tag you, do it. Go right ahead. Be my guest, because I think it's fun to participate in these things, and I'd love to hear your guys' answers as well. Anyways, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Be sure to hit the subscribe button so the next time I do a video you won't miss it, and I'll talk to you when I talk to you. Bye, guys.